Hi Jan, this is to just give a quick overview of what I've done then to make the load groups manageable. So this is the actual groups themselves, so load file group would have maybe a live stream and maybe there'd be an advanced stream and a stream of ATMs that have old configurations. I don't know how it's going to be run, but ultimately I've grouped it together like this, so rather than necessarily being versions of one config file, you can see it in groups. It's the same thing, just maybe some slightly different labels to that which you're expecting. So I can create a new group like Bob1, hello Jan, I'll just set it to NDC, okay? Obviously you can't do anything yet because you haven't got any configs files yet. So, save that. Right, now we can actually add load files to it, so I can pop into it Bob1, it doesn't really matter. So that will save into it there we go, the Bob1. So we've now got that in our group, so it's all there for us. Christopher load file 1 is one I've been working with, so here you see I've already got a couple. I'll add a third one. Okay. There we go. So I've put a third one. So if I go back to my group, refresh. Okay. We've got the 3 in there now. If I want to, I can pick Christopher load file 1, Christopher third 1. So what will happen if I save that? In the background, that has now applied it to all the ATMs that are using this. So if I have a look at the commits, it's all prepared. Did I want to change from Christopher load file 1 up to third 1? Because that was the previous value. And again, I can go back and I could go back to load files into here. And then if I set that back to being as and make that the active load file back in ATMs again, this time it's telling me it's that's the thing that needs to be updated. So that's the way it's working to make it really simple to administer the lists of ATMs you've got there whilst making all that flexibility still. So in fact, even though I've selected I can even go back in here and select the individual load file and it will take it out if I'm using that default. So if I can find load file in here, there it is. I could, instead of having to select third one or anything, I could say I want load file 1. It's one of the things. I can select Bob is one of them. So I can go through and I can change it to the actual individual file if I want to as well. So it doesn't, you don't have to use the group. You can make the exception to make the rules. So yeah, it's a really small code change on the back end to try and minimize the impact on Pierre and minimize the impact on operation, because I think it was just a user interfacing issue you were experiencing where actually the experience of working with these load files was horrible because you've seen them all on one screen. But now, because you've actually grouped them inside, it should make it a lot easier to work with, and that's what I've been up to. So I hope this active load file makes sense and how you're using that to trigger the updates in the various different devices. I think it makes the nice compromise. And we'll see what we think. Cheers.